We jump right in with
Hello.
hello. We jump right in, Mark, with Isaac being at the center of controversy yet again. Since he is sort of emotionless, I guess we can't really ask if he has any regrets.
About what happens in season two.
Yes.
I think, well, listen, he caused a lot of the trouble to begin with, and then he saved everyone's asses, didn't he? Which he does tend to do that quite a lot. He saved a lot of ass. I think, yes, it's a bit complicated. We start season three with him being immensely unpopular. And, typical Isaac, he's not particularly fazed about that until he hears it from the mouth of someone he is algorithmically reliant on, is quite a good way to say it, rather than someone he cares about. And then he takes a step back and decides on a course of action that basically kickstarts an incredible arc for him this season. Yeah.
Well, Peter, we know that Gordon has you working on your summer body. So if you and Chad could talk a little bit about where Bortus and Clyden stand in their relationship, please.
Oh boy. Yeah, we can't really tell you much except for just when you think you've seen it all, you haven't. So yeah, there just seems to be an endless well spring full of what it's like to be a Moclan. Because I think like having like sort of we're like the resident. Well, I mean, because there's Tala and there's Isaac and like in terms of crew members, but like I feel like because we're a domestic couple, I feel like our sort of existence gets run through the microscope a bit more because it's set against a backdrop of domesticity as well as foreign, you know what I mean? So we get to be played, like, I mean, even the games that we play and, whatever. So, our marriage rituals or our, things. So, I mean, we get to learn a lot about them. And that's just when you think you can't unsee some things. That's all. I'll just leave it at that. Yeah.
Ted, I imagine you must get a lot of positive fan feedback, though, to people who tell you that they really appreciate the relationship between Bortus and Clyde. And what kind of people?
Very much so.
What kind of responses have you been getting, and what does it mean to you?
That's a fan favorite. It's a fan favorite for the people I've met, because they've never really seen a quote unquote alien relationship examined in the way that we do. And they're all in for it. And in as much as they can identify with, and also just some of the new challenges that we face as they're being introduced to the Moclan race, So that's interesting as well, and what people come away from it with, and their perception of who we are, what we represent, and it's all an engine for great conversation and thought that really goes beyond the superficial. It's some very real issues being addressed and adeptly, and I think people are very appreciative of that, and we've got more of that to come. It's getting ratcheted up in an unbelievable way, so I can't wait.
Well, thank you all so much for your time. I can't wait for more people to see season 3. I think it's going to be one of the best yet. So I appreciate you taking your time to explore a little bit of it with me.